I'm starting this project kind of in the middle. I wasn't even realizing I was going to make a video until I got started with it, but let me back up. In our living room, we've got this arched lamp over the couch. I'll throw up a picture now so you get a look at it. It's very light and delicate. Well, light and delicate. It's got this heavy base so it doesn't tip over, but we really like it's a very skinny pole, holds the light fixture right to the middle of the sofa. We've had it for 20 or more years. We've always liked having the light over the middle of the couch without having a big obtrusive lamp. But it was one of those halogen lights. It's got this 150 watt bulb. This was the fixture for it. This small little fixture. So again, very small, out of the way. The halogen bulb is up in it. Very hot because it's 150 watts of halogen. Every now and then a fly would get caught in it, and boy, the smell of a burning fly is, oh, it's disgusting. Anyways, every now and then it burns out and you replace it, and it burns out and you replace it. This time it burned out again, we thought, and then I replaced it and it wasn't working. And we discovered that where the wires from the pole come in, the wires were all crispy because, again, it's 20 some odd years of being exposed to 150 watts of halogen heat. And it's like, okay, so those wires are shot. Well, you just cut the wires short, I guess, and shorten it up. But we thought we should either replace it or rewire it, or can we convert it to LED? And yeah, you know, replacing a fixture is expensive. So I'm going to first try the cheap approach. And I went on Amazon and I found this is an LED pot light replacement. If you, the key word to think of is a downlight. I just learned that when I was searching. I'm looking and looking, and it's like, this is a LED downlight. It's meant to go into the ceiling. And this was on Amazon. It's not quite 150 watt replacement, but it was fairly reasonably priced. And so I ordered it because this, I checked the dimensions online, this would just about fit into the shroud. Then it shows up with this. And yes, I know LEDs are DC. I've done projects with LED lights. I know that you take AC, you need an AC to DC converter. But I thought it was built in because this was not in the Amazon ad. So I considered sending it back, but long story short, talked with my wife and we thought, well, let's just see if we can make this work. It won't fit in here. This is not big enough. This fits in here, but there's no room for this to fit in here. So we looked and we looked and we considered, and I went out to the hardware store and I paid $20 and I bought this set of bowls. Black bowls are kind of rare. Silver bowls are more common. Black bowl, black bowl. And so the idea is I'm going to take this apart, drill a hole in this, and somehow this light will get mounted inside here. And hopefully it won't look totally ugly. Either way, I'm going to have some fun in the shop building it, and having fun in the shop is most of the point. I also want to make something useful that looks good. That part, we'll see if that works out or not. So I've got my lampshade, and I have probably this piece of wood, which I want to recess inside it. So let's try to figure out that diameter in the simplest way. So I'm just got a piece of paper here. I'm going to... There is our circumference. So if anybody's wondering, yes, I still have my furnace motor disc sander. No, it's not perfect, but it does a pretty good job. Got a little bit of It's got a little bit of a wobble to it, but that's okay. Now, so there's lots of complicated jigs for this. I wanted to add just a little slope along the side. So I first experimented with a little piece of slat, but that wasn't enough. And I just grabbed a piece of scrap off the bench and I just held it there while I was working the disc around, which gave it just a little bit of a bevel to help fit the inside of the bowl better. You can come up with some complicated jig, but this works too. Now we need to get this light fitted into this disc, which means I need a hole in the middle, roughly 2.8 inches. So I'm going to set my compass to like 1.4, 1.5 inches, and we shall make a hole in the middle. And yeah, forgot to push record. So here we go. So now we have the bowl. We have our little donut, which fits in here. It's nicely recessed a little, which I like. And through the magic of video editing, this is actually my second try. The first one, somehow I messed up on the hole and it just looked a bit off center, and I'm like, yeah, just take a couple of minutes and do that right. And now I'm going to paint it white. I thought about painting it silver, however, this light is white, so I think it'll look better if this is set in here. This has these clips on it, so it will go into drywall. So here's the light, nicely centered on the disc. And as you can see, these clips are a bit long. I'm going to actually have to, let's see. There we go, yeah. I'm going to have to cut this short a little bit, or it might be in the way. Maybe I just need to take the covers off. Let's see, take the covers off. Yeah. And there we go. But anyways, I'm getting way ahead of myself. First I need to paint it. These springs are actually really strong. I have to be careful that I don't snap myself when I take it out. I only need to paint the one side because that's the only thing that shows. So I've got the bowl and I need to fit this mounting part in it. So I've marked the center here. I'm going to drill a hole. I guess now I can't return it. And it went from the 3/8 to the 13/32 drill bit, and now this fits in nicely. Goes on. And this piece is how the halogen with these insulators is mounted to that, but that will work nicely to give me a place, I think, to mount the AC/DC adapter. There we go. Doesn't look ugly. We'll see what it looks like with the light in it. So with the hole on the bottom taken care of, I need to put some holes along the side for fastening the inner donut in place, and I settled on 3 for no particular reason. Alright, got the massive pipe of the thing in here, and let's see if we can get this back together. Yeah, here we are. Got the wires inside. I think I need some zip ties. tight quarters. Before I get too far ahead, let's plug this together for a minute, make sure she works. Beauty! But they still are tricky because I don't want to snap them. There we go. Nice, nicely held in by friction. Now let's get that mounted. Okay, this is not going well, or at least it's not going as well as I want. This AC adapter here, or takes AC, turns it into DC, is just a little bit big. So if I was to do this again, I would want a smaller adapter or a bigger bowl. And I don't really want, I have a bigger bowl, but it's bigger all around, and I don't really want a bigger diameter. I just want it to be just a little bit deeper. But I'm going to make it work. It's just, if I don't get it right, the light's gonna bulge a bit here, which I don't want. So I think there will be some off-camera fiddling just to try to get it. Urgh. All right, I got it in, but you can just see there a little bit of a good idea, but maybe not this particular light. I'm going to try it out and see what I like, but got to get rid of these silver screws. So I'm currently out of black spray paint, so just a little bit of marker hopefully will take care of this. And so there you have my halogen to LED lamp conversion. Not perfect, but I had fun in the shop, and that was the main point. Actually, it turned out a lot better than I feared at the beginning and in the middle when I was having those troubles. If I were to do it again, I'd pick a different light because, as I mentioned about the AC adapter being a little bit big, it doesn't quite fit. There's just a little bit of a gap around the edge of the LED light, and if you look at it, it's hanging just a little bit off balance, again because of the AC adapter is not in the middle, so the weight's not balanced. But at the beginning I was like, is this even going to work at all? And well, it did work. I was quite fortunate to find the black mixing bowl. It doesn't look ugly, and again, like I said, I had fun in the shop. I got a functional thing, and somebody's going to ask, so I'll tell you, it was $20 for the bowls, and I'm only using one of them, so I'll call that $8 for the bowl, and it was about 30 bucks for the LED downlight. Those are still kind of expensive right now. This is February 2019, Amazon.ca prices, Canadian dollar prices. So whatever. I had fun in the shop. I fixed my light, and I hope you found something interesting and enjoyable. As always, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one.